Hello everybody and welcome to part 2 of the Sith Eternal gear testing. I'm Dat1RadDad. This is part 2 of a 3-part series where I take my Sith Eternal I recently unlocked all the way from level 1 gear 1 all the way up to Relic 7. Relic 8 and Relic 9 testing to be determined. I don't feel like wailing on that. So pretty much I'm just going to go through what I think about the different levels and what happens with Sith Eternal. When he's viable, what teams you can use that you can get from the event, like the Sith Eternal cheese with armor and Watt. I don't do any of that testing on here. Well, I have them. I'm going to make that a separate thing. So I just unlocked the mods, leveled up 51. I just picked the base ones, the ones that they auto-filled. Just took them up to the level 15 on those. Didn't even slice them. And then we just jump right on in. There's level 51, gear 7, I believe. Yep. No Zetas. Obviously those are in the 80s. And this is just against a Malak, Emperor, Palpatine lead, Revan, Vader, Basti, Shan, Fallen. So you're really at this gear and level, you're not really doing too much. Your team that you have around you is the ones that really do the hard work. And really, Sith Eternal can be taken out with one big blow. He does have the cool mass assist, which does make him viable at the low levels. But I'm just so close here, and then Revan takes a turn, and then it starts to go downhill quickly. That was a thick Malak too. So really it's up to your team, what you got going on. If you're able to punch through, like I have beaten Revan teams before with Malak, but it was the Vader Merciless Massacre plus the lead for Sith Eternal makes a difference. Having that at gear level 2 instead of the initial unlock of gear 1. Yeah, you see here he just melted away. I was all the team was down to the red, almost red yellow, under 50, and just didn't go. And there you go, just melting away. I'm doing this unlock gear testing while I watch Houston, Boston play in the World Series. Boston just let her run up in the top of the 9th, so it's not looked good for them. I'm not a fan of either team per se. It's just on in the background. And yeah, Malak's a beast. Everybody knows that. Jump on into another Jedi team. Jedi Knight Revan. And they're all relic. I think Ezra's not. So it's, far below the relics for the rest of my characters who are all relic 6 and 7. But the Emperor Palpatine lead is actually pretty good. It really helps push through the deficiencies of Sith Eternal. As you just see, yep. The Savior is triggered. No Jolie. So, boom, those the dynamite. And it's almost like the culling blade for Vader, while it is nerfed under the Sith Eternal lead. That was 139,000 culling blade right there. That was nothing to sneeze at. Yep, but that was quick work. I do have all my battles in 1.5 times speed. And so, take it up to the next level. I like doing all the individual levels, because I worked hard to get there. To get everybody unlocked. I did do some slight whaling on some relics and some Chirotech that I just couldn't wait for. I was just like, ugh. So, yep, the different little pieces. There are some weird gear crunches in the lower levels that you might not recognize. Like I think some of those power cell parts, or maybe some of those Mark III detonator parts were hard to get to. But here we go. Gear 8. Jump right on into testing. Gear 8. And Squad Arena. And, ooh, there's a juicy Jedi Training Wraith team there. And, I mean, normally Jedi Training Rey, nobody scoffs at. You're like, oh, gotta take them seriously. Link up. I actually don't know really even who to focus on for Jedi Training Rey. I guess it's faux pas to say that you don't know all the counters for everybody, but I normally just try through brute effing force to power through. Oh, and sorry, my attention got turned to Houston just turning this game wide open. I guess that was a bad mass assist on my part. Maybe I should have done that wrong, and Hero Finn just exploded all over me. Oh, and there's my team just disintegrating. Just got rolled. So that was gear testing for Gear 8. And I go right into Gear 9 because I figured I've seen as much as I can. Let's start getting to the higher levels, especially since I want to get out of the last gear as much as I could, especially since I lost so badly. So I just did the straight upgrade, and yeah, Gear 9, level 74. I hop right back out. Let's get into Squad Arena testing. And I don't exactly remember who I battled here. So I think I was doing a quick deliberation. I see that Bounty Hunters team, and this should be an easy victory. Let's link up Bosk. For some reason I locked up Dengar. I don't know why. When, I mean, literally Boba or Jango is the one that's got big hits. And just the rest of your team has to do a lot of the work for you at these lower levels, especially with no Zetas. The mass assist, as long as everybody's... I mean, that was a full health Jango, more or less. And, yeah, his revive, and then you can just stun lock them and keep on rolling over them if you got the right group of people in your squad. Ooh, that was a pretty weak Culling Blade. And then there goes Bosk. And then yeah, so there's different combinations that you can really use for your Sith Eternal. Like I really shouldn't have used Revan to give a true neutral, unbiased, like the teams that you have to use for the event. But I just really like Revan. And it's my testing. I guess I can set the parameters if I really want to. But I guess in the comments, let me know if my testing methodology is flawed. And then let me know how your testing goes for the Sith Eternal. And record that. And I'll watch it and do a compare and contrast. So we already know at the previous ones, if you watch the first one, that you can beat Jedi Knight Revans and a lot of other pretty strong relic out teams. here I go. Now I'm finally getting level 2 stuff. This is where all of your abilities really start to become unlocked. And I suppose I could have, yeah, see there's the Zeta for the Galactic Legend, but that's the one that you do when you're at Relic, gives you extra power. So that really should be your last Zeta, unless you're taking them up to Relic immediately, which then it might be one of the first or second Zetas you put on. I believe that the leader of Zeta is the first one you should. That's just me. I know that Arnold's Zeta ranking, I think it has, maybe the first unique, and then the mass assist. So at this level, I'm just trying to see how Sith Eternal's level 2 abilities work on a Jedi Knight Revan team compared to level 1 abilities. And I mean, obviously they'd be better, but just how much more, especially at this gear and level. Part of me wanted to do different, like a testing for each ability, but I really ran out of space on my phone, and that just would be too much work and monotonous. I don't think it really makes that much of a difference. But again, I guess I didn't do the testing, so I really can't be sure 100% yet. You just make quick work. That was actually, I think, an even faster win than I had in part 1 when I did it. And yeah, now this is where the fun begins. Yeah, see those Chirotech shock prods. Yep, and all the different gear. I just like seeing what the 600 health, that's cool. Part of me wanted to do each gear, like, progressive. Like, there's 6 pieces of gear for each one, so I should do 6 different battles against maybe a few of the same different teams. But I decided against that. That would be true gear testing. I know for a fact that I still can't take out a gas team, and I think I try to prove that point right here. Oh man, as I've been doing this commentary right now, Houston has scored 6 runs. Boston just committed an error, and it's not looking good for Red Sox Nation, as they just let another run on the board. So yeah, really can't beat gas yet, because Sith Eternal just doesn't have the power to knock the characters down. General Anakin. He's the real deal. So yep. And then Sith Eternal just got blasted, gas got up, and then just started going to work. And there's no way that Revan's going to take that team on yet. So then we go take her all the way up. Finally at level 85. And I know that some people, like you might see, like this will be like the first real testing, I suppose. Because I mean, normally people would just take it right up to 85 and not go through all this monotony. And I thought about doing level 85, gear 10, do that type of next battle, but take it up to gear 11, just onward and upward. I do like seeing all those little stats just fly by. It's like, oh man, the more power. I'm weak. Unlimited power. That's my Palpatine impression. You get 1 per commentary, I suppose. And here Here we go up against the CLS team. Now, this CLS team is actually pretty fast because I've gone up against it before. I did other battles that I just didn't record for. I did this over the course of maybe 4 or 5 days, and then just been sitting on it for a while because, you know, life comes at you, and it's the Halloween fall type season, so family had trick or trunk at the state park. That was a lot of fun. And you can see here, even though we lost Thrawn, team still got lots of power with Revan. I don't know how this actually turns out for me or not. I think I maybe pull out this victory even without Sith Eternal. But that's also just from the lead giving the characters that extra offense and speed. It really just makes your dark side characters, yeah. Like Sith Eternal was just a bystander there, while the rest of the team did the hard work. Now we take it up to gear 11. And if you're actually in a good guild and you take place in the raids and conquest, a lot of this gear should just come to you through the course of planning. You can also go to swgoh.gg, set up an account there, and they have pretty good resources to tell you what gear you need left for your characters after you, what gear you need for your characters as you go up through it. So, I mean, when you see, like, you need 900 pieces of Travanti when you start it, or something more than that, it's like a really daunting task, but then you think, get some from raids, it's a long journey, they're meant to be characters that you take over long courses of time. You're like, this is just a low-level Malik. Still, he pretty strong. Yeah, the 86,000 on that culling blade, you can see after the great nerfing how much that really hurt him. But it was enough to get the job done, so I guess you can't complain too much. I mean, I guess you can always complain, but then it's just if people decide to tune you out or not take credence on what you're saying. Yeah, you can see in the bottom where the guild chat is. I mean, I just did it, so I go straight into testing. And sometimes I don't. As I said, I've recorded other ones that just like, I just can only add so much. If I put an hour-and-a-half long video, I think they backed up to the cloud. So I think I have the matches. That's actually kind of what happened, why this took so long to begin with, is that I did some backing up from photos that I took of my kids, and then just deleted the space on my phone because it just says free up space. Never thought about it, so I had to re-download all the ones that I wanted to use on my phone because I already had everything sliced up and edited and all the graphics made for the film app, but I need to have the videos on my phone themselves, not up on the cloud. So I don't want to pay the money for the service. Heaven forbid. So yeah, I guess still really can't beat Jedi Knight Revan team. But this really could have really been my mods. And so now I decide to give the leader ability the Zeta, which is actually, because I figured if you're going to do one, you should do the leader ability first to see the difference between one to the other. And I don't exactly remember who I battle right here. Should be that SLKR team right there. That would have been a good battle to do. but we've done a lot of Jedi Knight Revan battles in the past one than this one. So let's see if I can beat it even faster with the leader Zeta and how harder I hit. So, what's everybody up to on your Swgoh journey? Where are you guys working for next? Why don't you leave a comment down below? Think about and tell me what your, I guess if you got a Galactic Legend, what your first one was, because everybody remembers their first. And then, yeah, which one you're going for now. Because now that I got Sith Eternal, I might think about Lord Vader, because I have a lot of the Empire faction, so it only makes sense to have the Empire Galactic Legend with a lot of my Empire people. But I might pivot and go for an SLKR so that I could solo the heroic Sith Triumphant raid. Maybe go do some merking for lesser guilds. So yeah, as I'm about to lose this battle, tell me what you think about the testing, if my methodology was correct and whatnot. I just thought I'd get my thoughts out there about what I think. Been sitting on this for a little bit. Figured, why not tonight while I'm watching the game? While I'm watching the Sox lose to Houston. I still can't believe I lost this, but after this, I do my Zetas, the rest of them minus the Galactic Legend second unique, because that's the one you do when you're at Relic. So, just have a few more gear pieces at this point in time when I was at this recording, but since then I have everything that I need, and he's at Gear 13, Relic 0, and I'll be starting the Relic journey testing soon. So thanks for listening if you've made it this far, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a great night. Thanks.